Ronald Gene Simmons, infamously known as the Hillbilly from Hell, was the only child of his parents. At 2 years old, he lost his father to a stroke, leaving his mother struggling to support them until she remarried. Growing up with a stepfather in the army meant constant relocations, which left Ronald feeling depressed every time he had to leave friends behind. This contributed to his isolation and academic neglect, eventually leading him to drop out of school at 17 and join the Navy. Stationed in Washington, he met Rebecca, and they soon had their first child, Jean. They married and continued to expand their family, welcoming Sheila, who Ronald adored, and later William, Loretta, Rebecca, Eddie, and Marianne. The family moved to New Mexico. Sheila was Ronald's favorite, and he even left his job to be close to her. His affection turned into inappropriate actions, and Sheila, too young to understand, did not resist. A neighbor eventually reported seeing Ronald kiss Sheila inappropriately before school. A secret investigation ensued, and the school authorities discovered that Sheila was pregnant with Ronald's child. Realizing that the investigation would expose him, Ronald fled with his family to Arkansas, where Sheila gave birth to Sylvia. Ronald worked odd jobs but struggled to maintain employment due to his unkempt appearance and inappropriate behavior. Over the years, Jean, Sheila, and William got married, but Ronald's displeasure with Sheila's marriage led him to abuse his wife Rebecca. She repeatedly tried to leave, but returned for the children's sake. Feeling betrayed and vengeful after his career ended and Rebecca's attempts to leave, Ronald decided to erase his family and grandchildren during a Christmas gathering. He bought a gun and, too eager to wait, called his eldest son Gene, shot him, his mother Rebecca, and strangled Gene's 3-year-old daughter. He buried their bodies in a pit. Returning children from school were called into the trailer one by one and strangled, drowned, and buried. Ronald then rested, watching TV. 2 days later, he invited William and Sheila for Christmas dinner, murdering them and their families upon arrival, disposing of their bodies similarly. Relaxed after the massacre, he continued his life as usual. Days later, yearning for more violence, Ronald took his eldest son's car keys from a pit filled with his family's remains and drove to his former workplace, killing Kathy Kendrick, who had rejected him. He proceeded to a former oil company, shooting James Chaffin, then unleashed random gunfire in a supermarket, and lastly, killed his former boss Joyce. He turned himself in, claiming revenge against those who wronged him, and was sentenced to death, executed in 1990.